Hero universe acquisition, going after time. Alright, so one of the things we're going to be doing, if you're actually following this series, is collecting S plus heroes. Now, going for the cheapest S plus hero you can exchange in the Legend Mall is going to be essential. You see that 4K? Yeah, that's gonna be one of the easiest. So we're gonna take one hero that's 4K charged. We're gonna wait until we have enough, another 4K. Then we're gonna exchange for another S plus hero in the Legend Mall. At the same time, in the deconstruction store, we'll build them up to exchange for another copy here, Excellent Cyber Ronin or Succubus, because she's also S plus. That would be 200. Aside from that, you also have your star decomposition. Sorry, you also have the decomposition store. We're also gonna go for a third copy that is for the blood phrasal. So that would be the third one. Let's actually exchange for it. Alright, so now we kind of have two copies that will give us actually 200. Then, well, having absolutely nothing. Alright, so let's destroy first the S plus copy that we got. So that gives us 100. Let's actually go and find where Succubus is. Okay, there she is. Let's also unlock her. And then back again. And then the hero deconstruction. And that will give us 200. Okay. So now we're at 200. If you're looking here for how much the copy of time costs, it costs 800. With that 200 that we just got easily, or at least accessible, we can redo it by waiting until another enough metals have been collected by battling in the arena, and then wait for another copy that comes from the blood phrasal. We're gonna take time, unfortunately, to get another one of these. And then, of course, you also have your shards. Once collected to the amount we need, which is gonna be 50, we will also do the same for another copy. And that will put us at 300 roughly, which is acceptable. We need 800. We will keep doing the same thing to actually get the 800 again and again. And any extra copies of heroes we do not need. Don't focus on awakening if you're focusing on God Hero Universe. When the refresh happens, we'll also be able to get another copy from here. And it's going to be a selection of S plus. And that will take us close to 500. And the more we keep pushing our copies and destroying it, the summon bless is the only thing you're actually gonna be allowed to keep to keep pretty much. So you're gonna be working on these heroes. By the time you even finish these heroes, you're gonna be like, oh my god, it took so long. Aside from that, you're going to be collecting the 120 faction crystals. That's going to be essential to get the second copy of time. After you got both copies, like what we did before on the channel, we will awaken time to, well, Mystic. He was Epic Plus, and now he's at Legendary Plus, and hopefully when we get another two copies, we can carry on with his awakening. After we finish time, it's going to be the time, no pun intended, to move to the second universe hero, which is going to be Anubis, excellent god of Egypt. And you will keep doing this again and again and again until you build the top 4. Fortunately, you're gonna follow a more destructive and longer pathway of exchanging for the scrolls directly here. Just like I did with darkness before, you're gonna be stuck with doing it 120 and then gain one copy and then 120. As you can see, she's at Epic Plus currently. If we have two copies, we can awaken her to Legendary. And after you awaken to Legendary, you'll need another 2 copies, and the cycle carries on. 2 copies, 2 copies, 2 copies for one awakening. One of these two as plus, and then you will destroy that hero, and then it will add another 100 to the essence that you need. How many copies can you actually destroy per month? Given everything the game can give you and you're not using your awakening of heroes, you can reach up to 600. Surprisingly, yes, surprisingly. Why 600 in 1 month? Well, because you have the Legend Mall. If you exchange for the lower tier 4K, that's the minimum you're gonna be needing. You'll be exchanged for 2 or 3 copies in the first place each month. You might have not noticed because you need too many copies. So that is one of the reasons why you can get 300 from here. And then you have, of course, your Blood Phrasal, the 6K, the 6000 one, which will be added, and then you're gonna have to wait for a long extended period of time to do it again. And then 1 copy from here, and then the collective accumulation of a copy from the monthly quest. And then, of course, you have your bless points and your normal summons. If you get an S hero, you will use it. If you get an S plus, you will use it. You can at least keep something so you can awaken your heroes, so the summon bless might not be included. But if you add to your wish heroes, okay, you still can get an S plus card, S plus hero. Aside from that, all those S heroes you get, you're going to be frying them also. Now with all that accumulated and the copies of heroes, and then you're working on the store, happily hoping that you can gain more, it should balance itself. Another thing you will be doing, actually, whether you know or not, is collecting the elite hero pieces. If you collect a high amount of the elite hero pieces, you will get probably at some point S plus heroes. So that S plus time is at Legendary Plus, and for those who never saw his exclusive, it's the Star Orbit. It gives him HP attack and effective resistance. Effective resistance from being stunned and the effects of Tengen. An additional part related, which is Thinker, also the merry-go-round collection of heroes we got, which is S, not S plus. And then we're gonna destroy all of them. That gives us 100 other essence and 300 colorful essence. And then since we have another addition, this is just was 1 day, we got 300 in 1 day. If we can get another 3S heroes, we can actually jam into the final part of acquiring one of these copies, and that would take us actually to 400 on the first day of doing it.